Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Autism Reviews, where I review random games that I have played, and oh, how I have waited in vain to talk about a mascot horror game. Because today we're going to be looking at Baldi's Basics. It's a game that content farms seem to love for some reason. I don't know why. Now, before we actually begin, I know I said I was going to do, well, from the last video, it was a teaser that I was going to do a video on a game called Neverness to Everness, which looks like this right here. But, you know, shit happens. So, I unfortunately couldn't do that. So, instead, we'll be taking a look at Baldi's Basics in education and learning. But, judging from the fact that this is mascot horror, we're probably not going to learn anything from this, are we? Now, indeed, I have actually looked at a few mascot horror games. The first was Garten of Banban Zero, which was absolutely horrible, and the second one was Jolly, which was a FNAF fan game that was also absolutely horrible. So I'm not really expecting much from this game, but maybe they'll follow a different formula. Garten of Banban Zero was just walking around and doing quests, and Jolly was more point and click survival horror, so maybe this will be slightly different. So let's just boot up the game and we'll see what it has in store. Why is the font in Comic Sans? I mean, not like that's a bad thing, I'm just asking.
Welcome to Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. That's me.
What? Okay, let's have a look at the title screen. And there's too many words in different fonts. We learn history, food, a greater than symbol, and apparently Baldi doesn't know how to count. Let's look at the story of this game. Oh no, school is out, but your friend has a problem. He left all his note booze in school, but he doesn't have time to go get them, because if he does, he'll be late for eating practice. What is this guy, Joey Chestnut? To help him out, you have to go back in the school and find all his notebooks for him. It won't be easy, though. Baldi loves challenging his students with fun trivia problems whenever he can. Each time you find a notebook, you'll have to answer some questions. To win the game, you must find 7 notebooks and then exit the school. You have to have fun too, of course. Yeah, I'm sure I'll have lots of fun playing this game. Well, apparently there's an endless mode, which sounds like a nightmare, so I'm not doing that. Let's play the story mode instead.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Welcome to my schoolhouse.
What the hell have I gotten myself into?
You need to collect 2 notebooks before you can use these doors.
I'm pretty sure that's not how doors work. Okay, I found my first notebook.
Now it's time for everybody's favorite subject, math. Answer the 3 questions correctly, and you might get something special. Just type the correct answer into the empty box. Press the Enter key on your keyboard when you think you have the right answer. Problem 1. 2 plus 1 equals...
Could you imagine people talking like this? Yeah, because that's super unrealistic. Well, this shit's way too easy. That's 3.
Good one. Problem 2.
That's also 3.
Great job.
That's 10.
That good one.
This is easy. Oh, I exist, huh?
You did great. Come here and get your prize. A shiny quarter.
Money, 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 money.
Just click on it with the left mouse button to pick it up. Then, when you find something you can use it on, right-click on the object with the quarter selected. That's how you use items, you know.
Okay. I didn't really need to know that, but that's helpful.
Problem 1. 0. Good one. Problem 3.
Okay, just a bit
job.
of... What the
That's
fuck am I
right.
looking at?
Problem 3. Plus. Times. equals...
How the hell am I supposed to know what this is? Well, I guess we could just be a little funny. Wait, that's not what I meant to type. There we go. Ha, boob. I don't think he liked that. Okay, so after that weird problem, this is where the gameplay actually begins. You run around the school collecting the notebooks and you answer math problems, all while Baldi tries to smack your ass with a ruler. Yeah, how is this a horror game? Along the way, you'll be introduced to some other inhabitants of the school. There's principal of the thing, who will put you in detention for 15 seconds if you break a rule, which includes this stuff right here, which you are probably going to be doing a lot. There's playtime, who you will play jump rope with, who you have to click space at the right time, and if you mess up, you gotta do it again. And I kid you not, this playtime girl will be the end of your runs. But there is a way to counter her, and that's with the safety scissors, so that's nice. It's a bully who will take one of your items, so that's nice. I didn't actually do much with this guy. There's got a sweep, which will just go up and down the halls and push whatever is there. There's first prize, which will just, do what you see here. And finally, there's arts and crafts, which doesn't really do anything until you collect all 7 notebooks. So, yeah, kind of annoying. But there are ways to combat this. You can get some soda, which will push back any entity that is caught in the blast. There's a chocolate bar, which will refill your stamina, sorry, which makes absolutely no sense. And there's also some other items like these boots, which I don't know what these do. The quarter you can spend on vending machines to get a soda, and I guess there's ones for chocolate bars too, but So, yeah. I said earlier that Garten of Banban Zero was basically just run around, do a quest. Yeah, this is basically this game, but to the absolute extreme. So, the gameplay, don't get me wrong, it does work, but it does get repetitive at times. And honestly, I don't get it. Why is this game popular? Like, it's so simple, but just why? I mean, I guess the gameplay kind of reminds me a bit of a roguelike where you have to restart every time you die, but it's not like anything's going to be different. So, uh, yeah. But would I recommend Baldi's Basics? Well, you didn't get a lot of education from this game since it's just simple math problems. But honestly, it's not really for me. But if you like mascot horror, it might be worth your time. Or I guess this is more survival horror. Whatever. So, there are a few complaints I have with the game. I think the collision with some things are a little weird, and I don't think each run is different enough. To be fair, I am playing the classic version. There is a remastered version, and then also Baldi's Basics Plus, which I've been told is a little different. So who knows? I might check that out. But if you really think you are interested in the game, I'll leave the game's itch.io page in the description, and also who support the creator and Kickstarter. I know I'm not a huge fan of the game, but he really did put a lot of passion into it, and I can respect that. So, yeah. Oh, and one other thing I should mention, because I didn't actually get to that part. Once you get all 7 notebooks, you have to leave the school via one of the 4 exits, or I think there's 3. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen some videos on the game. But eventually there will be 3 exits that appear, and I remember in the classic version, well, the first version of the game, there was only one exit, and that was the cafeteria. So by definition, well, by logic, you could save the notebook closest to the cafeteria last and then just leave immediately. But I don't think you can do that anymore. So Yeah. As for where it goes in the tier list, I'll give it a solid C tier. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best. But again, my opinion is subjective, so feel free to disagree. If you think it should be higher, then that's just your opinion. If you think it should be lower, again, that's your opinion. But mine ain't going to be changing. So, as for the next game, it is going to be a game known as Rebel Inc., which is a game made by the same developer as Plague Inc., but apparently it's supposed to be like stopping insurgencies. I probably said that wrong, oh my god. But it's basically stopping uprising as you control a government. And I've played a bit of it. It's pretty interesting. So you'll be seeing me play it on camera next Saturday. So yeah, that's all for now. And the question is, after Rebel Inc., what game will I review next? Thanks for watching.